Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for Raw. Yeah, sorry. Few confessions to make at the beginning of this episode. Not confessions, just things, I guess. First thing is I'm recording this a day before it's meant to go live, which means, as I have been hinting at and saying in all of my previous videos, I bulk recorded like crazy. I did. I haven't actually recorded an episode of this series in, I'd say, about a month and a bit. Life's been a bit crazy. The wife had surgery. A bunch of other things have been happening. I got a new kind of a new setup. I've got a new screen, so the kind of screen orientation, resolution, etc. might be a little bit different. I've gone for a nice little curved monitor now, because why not? But when I go large, because I think this is smaller than what it used to be. But if I go large, it kind of just messes everything up, and I don't like that. So if anything important does pop up in these, I'll be sure to verbally address them. But I'm assuming the actual in-game part will look fine. But either way, yeah, we got stuff going on. So let's just keep going. We've got Raw. The road to WrestleMania is here. We take a look. We go, boop, 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 boop. Look at that. Not long, is it? Not long. I'm very, very excited. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. We've got some huge matches on this Raw. So yeah, let's dive straight in. Okay, we open the show with Gunther, our world champion. And he is here as he makes his entrance. And for some reason, it says he's in action against Sheamus. That's not true. He's in action against Bo Dallas, not Sheamus. Bo Dallas pops up every now and then to have a match. And he's here to see if he can take on the world champion Gunther. So let's move on to the next segment, where it is Bo Dallas. And yeah, pretty good match, to be fair. The match quality is not insane, but good crowd reaction. Bo Dallas got a better reaction than you would expect, riding a wave of momentum. Of course, he is Uncle Howdy, but we don't do that silly nonsense in our series. We've just got regular Bo Dallas, who's probably, I don't know, is he going to stay in NXT for the whole series? We might find use for him. We'll see. But yeah, decent match, an 80 overall, and of course a Gunther win, just helping build that momentum as we head to WrestleMania. Of course, Gunther cutting that scathing promo on Drew McIntyre recently. And the reason why we bring that up is he's back, baby. As Gunther celebrates his win, Drew McIntyre's music hits and he makes his way down to the ring to confront a slightly tired Gunther. Gunther welcomes Drew into the ring. You know, Gunther's always up for a challenge. He lays his World Heavyweight Championship down in front of his feet, gesturing to Drew, you know, come and get it if you want it. Come on, get in the ring. Come and get it if you want it. Drew just simply stares Gunther down. Kind of looks at the title, looks at Gunther, smirks, as he watches Gunther slowly pick his belt back up and roll out of the ring. So Drew McIntyre kind of left in the ring just to kind of soak in the crowd's love and support. But yeah, this should be a great main event WrestleMania match, mind you. And the fact that, look, the great star power from both of these guys, none of them are going up in pop for an 85 rated segment. So yeah, this is going to be exciting. Speaking of title matches, Rhea Ripley will obviously be defending her title at WrestleMania against Damage Control's Asuka. And the announcers have put over that she will be facing Kairi Sane next week. So it looks like she's going to be going through a gauntlet of Damage Control women over the coming weeks. And Kairi Sane is next in line. Can Rhea overcome Kairi? Let's find out next week, of course. But backstage, Damage Control themselves are kind of reacting to that news, and Dakota Kai says that despite her loss to Rhea last week, she's learnt some of Rhea's patterns and, you know, some of her weaknesses, and she reckons that when Io and Kairi face her as well in the coming weeks, we can all put together our experience and knowledge of Rhea Ripley and help Asuka defeat her at WrestleMania. They all seem very kind of happy and focused, and, you know, it's all about Asuka right now. It's all about Asuka. Fuck these guys. It's all about Asuka. Let's see how long these women are all about Asuka. Speaking of Asuka though, you know, she doesn't just want to sit back and relax. She wants to have a match as well. So next up is Asuka versus Shayna Baszler. And in a pretty good match, because I think we forget that Shayna Baszler's quite good. We get a nice 3.5 star, 82 match quality between Asuka and Shayna, as Asuka, of course, gets the win. So yeah, building that momentum for Asuka heading into WrestleMania. Asuka Rhea Ripley is going to feed families, as one of my commenters said in recent weeks. Not about this match though. I think they said it about Drew versus Gunther. But I think a lot of these matches will help feed families in when we get to WrestleMania itself. Following on from this, it's some tag team action. We've had an ad break. We've come back to the ring. Los Garza are here as they look to take on New Day. And in a pretty good match, look at that, 91 match quality. It is New Day who do get the win over Angel and Berto of Los Garza. Kofi Kingston gets the win. You know, some no underhanded tactics here. Just a really, really good match. And because the match went so well, apparently, Angel and Berto didn't drop too much in popularity, which is really good to see, because I hate it when, like, just because you lose, you don't need to lose popularity. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Kofi and Xavier was bumping up a little bit here. That's really, really good to see, building their momentum. You know, they said they want a tag team title match. You know, they've got this win now. I mean, that's what Adam Pearce said they needed to do. They needed to start winning, and they've done that here. So who knows what's going to happen? We will obviously have to wait and see. Following on from this, though, Roman Reigns is someone who's not very happy with Dominic Mysterio. Well, not very happy is kind of an understatement, let's be honest. He is furious with Dominic Mysterio. And because he can't seem to find that little runt, he figures, hey, let's just pick apart his friends one by one. So, backstage, Carlito and JD McDonough are just, you know, chatting, hanging out, when out of nowhere, a huge Roman Reigns boot collides with JD McDonough's jaw, and then he follows up with a stiff right hook to Carlito. Roman Reigns then just begins taking time, you know, a full 6 minutes, might I add, just beating down JD McDonough and Carlito one after the other, using everything that he can see backstage. You know, he hits them with chairs, he throws them into the wall, smashes a trash can over Carlito's back, and just completely decimates these two Judgment Day members, as security eventually catch up, pulling Roman away. Roman then kind of shrugs them off, says, I'm cool, I'm calm. He then leans down over JD and Carlito, who are both in bad shape, and just says, tell Dom I'm coming. So yeah, that's the first of, I imagine, a few warnings for the Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio. How long are they going to protect and defend him, you know, at the hands of a very, very, very angry Roman Reigns? Following on from this, though, we're back in the ring, and I believe it's title match time. Jordynne Grace put the challenge to Lyra Valkyria, our Intercontinental Champion. So let's see what happens in this. Jordynne Grace, of course, recently coming up from NXT and just kind of proving that she's a bit of a badass. So let's see if Lyra can overcome Jordynne Grace. Let's see. Let's see. How many times am I going to say it? Let's see. Let's see. Now. And in a pretty good match, 4-star. I don't really care about the crowd reaction. 4-star match quality, 83. Jordynne Grace is our new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. They've got incredible chemistry as opponents, which is fantastic to see. We love positive chemistry. Carmelo Hayes, you see this? Yeah, you see this. The star power of Grace added to the match. Lyra Valkyria put in huge effort, steal the show. Explosive style, riding a wave of momentum. Tyson Kidd, our MVP in the producer team, really helping with this match. And the match was so good, Lyra hardly dropped. Normally when someone drops a title, they kind of drop a little bit. But yeah, they didn't drop too much. But at the same time, Jordynne Grace didn't jump up too much, being new champion. But either way, a really, really good match and a really, really good win for Jordynne Grace, who is our new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. But her celebration is cut short because Jade Cargill appears from the crowd and attacks Jordynne Grace from behind. The attack doesn't end there though, because once she's done laying out our new Intercontinental Champion, she turns to Lyra, still licking her wounds, and begins to also attack her. This results in Jade standing tall, this goddess of a woman, holding Jordynne Grace's new IC belt before throwing it on Grace herself. So yeah, huge win for Jordynne Grace, new champion. Lyra Valkyria has been a great champion. I'm sure she'll continue to do amazing things. But Jade Cargill looks like she said that she'd wait for the perfect time. Is this the perfect time? We'll have to see. But I'm sure more's going to happen between these three women. 79, decent. Everyone jumping up in pop. I mean, Lyra Valkyria has pretty much won back what she just lost. So that's pretty good. Following on from this, though, Sami Zayn is in action against Finn Balor. There is no news, as far as I'm aware, of CM Punk being in the arena tonight. So I think Sami Zayn is kind of safe to just have a one-on-one match. Maybe let some of that frustration out as he takes on Finn Balor. And in a pretty good match, I mean, it's going to be, isn't it? Sami Zayn gets the win. We see a slightly different side to Sami Zayn today. You know, there's a little bit more edge, a little bit more like aggression. You know, the haluva kick hits different now. As Finn Balor, unfortunately, who is out solo because there is no Carlito, no JD McDonough, no one in his corner because they have been laid out by Roman Reigns. Asia just seem to love everyone today, don't they? Everyone's getting pop. But yeah, a huge win for Sami Zayn here. Really, really good as he builds momentum for life, I guess. And I'm sure that him and CM Punk are going to come to blows again. So any momentum he can get ahead of time, why not? 92 match quality. I think that's the highest of the night. 91 was the highest before. Well, that was the New Day match. So yeah, really, really good result here between these two guys. Unlucky Finn. But the match was so good, you didn't actually lose any pop except in Africa. But we're not going to be touring Africa anytime soon. Moving on, and speaking of the New Day just now, which I very kind of hinted on, Adam Pearce has just, you know, spoken in Michael Cole's ears and confirmed, you know, he's a man of his word. He said that the New Day needed to get some wins under their belt, and fuck it, one win's enough. The New Day have earned themselves a title match, and it's happening next week. So next week we will get Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods taking on Ivar and Eric. I don't know, why is Valhalla there? How does she sneak in all the time? For the WWE World Tag Team Championships, I think the Raw one is. So yeah, this should be a really, really good match. And it's happening next week. So yeah, you guys have got that to look forward to. Let me know in the comments if you think the New Day are going to do it, or are the War Raiders just going to keep crushing. Yeah, it is now main event time. If you all remember, the announcement was made last week. Bron Breakker was not medically cleared, so therefore has forfeited his WrestleMania rematch, or his rematch that probably would have been at WrestleMania. So Karrion Kross needs to find a new opponent. And what better way to do that than in a 6-pack challenge? So one of the following men are going to face Karrion Kross at WrestleMania for his new Intercontinental Championship. Will it be Bronson Reed? Will it be Sheamus? Will it be Austin Theory? Will it be Damian Priest? Will it be Ludwig Kaiser? Or will it be Santos Escobar? Pause the video, let me know who you think it's going to be, and let's head into our main event match. But first, just as the referee is about to ring the bell for our main event match to decide Karrion Kross's WrestleMania opponent, Bron fucking Breakker makes a spectacular return and entrance. He's got the bandage around his rib cage for some reason, even though he was choked out. You know, he's kind of nursing a slight limp, but he kind of shakes and slaps that limp off as he runs down to the ring, mic in hand, and demands. He grabs the referee by the scruff of the neck, almost holding him up in the air with one arm, demands to be entered into this main event match, as he claims that WrestleMania match is his and his alone, and Karrion Kross is his and his alone. Adam Pearce comes out and says, whoa, Bron, put the referee down. Put the referee down. You know what? I've spoken to the medical team. They say that you're not 100%, but, I mean, fuck it. Why not? You know, we say fuck it in our shows. Fuck it. Our 6-pack challenge is now a 7-pack main event. So, let's get straight into it. So, Bron Breakker is back. We all knew this was going to happen. Come on. If you didn't, I love you, because then you've seen like a moment. But, yeah, Bron Breakker's here. It's now a 7-pack challenge. So, let's just dive straight into it. Character changes. Oh, yeah, let's turn Bron face. It was a success. Hey! Yeah, Bron Breakker's now face. Because apparently he was heel before. I'm not a fan of that. He's going to be a big old baby face. Next segment, let's move on. Main event match is now a 7-pack challenge. Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Sheamus, Austin Theory, Damian Priest, Ludwig Kaiser, Santos Escobar. Let's do this. And ignore the winner, because we're going to go through this beat by beat. So these are the final moments of this huge 7-pack match. Damian Priest and Sheamus take each other out at ringside, and at the same time, Santos Escobar hits Ludwig Kaiser with a phantom driver as the referee begins his count. 1, 2. Grayson fucking Waller, who's ringside, pulls the referee out the ring to stop the count and kind of stomps on him for good measure. Just as he pulls him out the ring, almost at the exact same time, oblivious as to what Waller has done, Theory stopped the count himself, hitting Escobar then with an A-Town down and covers Escobar, not realizing that Waller has just stomped the referee out. Theory then ends his pin attempt, rolls out of the ring, pushes Waller and starts arguing with him, being like, what the hell, man? You saw, what was that about? And Waller's like, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. I just stopped the pin. And Theory's like, I stopped the pin. What are you on about? And these two guys are just, you know, kerfuffling between each other. But back in the ring, though, Ludwig Kaiser slowly is stumbling to his feet as Bron Breakker has made his way back in the corner, readying a spear. He hits it and seems to time it perfectly as the referee has recovered and made his way into the ring and counts 1, 2, 3. Bron Breakker wins. Theory was unable to break it up, as when he turned to run back into the ring, Waller pulled him back, because to him the argument's not over, only to then realise that Grayson Waller screwed Theory again. Bron Breakker wins. There's drama between Theory and Waller. We'll get into that in the coming weeks. And yeah, the rematch for WrestleMania has been set. Bron Breakker, Karrion Kross. Look at the numbers. I can't be bothered to read them out. Jesus Christ, that's a jumping pop. But yeah, let's move on. Bron Breakker wins. He celebrates in the ring as he knows he is heading to WrestleMania. He is getting his Intercontinental title rematch. He's getting to get revenge on Karrion Kross, as well as, I'm sure, like something else I'm missing. I'm just riding this wave now. And yeah, a huge win for Bron Breakker as we end our Monday Night Raw. How do we do? 80. That'll do. We didn't gain any popularity anyway, but we don't give a shit about that. Although Africa loved us today. Africa and Asia were our homies today. But yeah, here's all the results and stuff. You want to pause and read what I essentially read out, go for it. But some things to cover. Gunther building momentum. Drew is back. Dakota Kai reckons that the rest of Damage Control can learn from their matches against Rhea to help Asuka. New Day have earned themselves a tag team title opportunity next week. Roman Reigns is picking apart Judgment Day one by one. Poor Finn Balor. I'm sure he's being lined up at some point. So not only losing to Sami Zayn, but he's probably got Roman Reigns breathing down his neck. Jordan Grace is our new Intercontinental Champion, although that celebration was cut short by Jade Cargill, who now thinks that the time is now. I don't want to, trademark John Cena, but yeah. And then in the main event, Bron Breakker returns. Of course he bloody did. And he doesn't just return, he wins, re-earning his Intercontinental Championship rematch. And he is heading to WrestleMania. So that match, book it in, write it in Biro. It's happening. Bron Breakker or should we say Karrion Kross versus the challenger, Bron Breakker. Cool. Let's fast forward to Friday, and we'll check out NXT, and then we will end this episode. Something to actually note, I'm using so there's a beta version of Pro Wrestling Sim, which I assume means it's getting closer to I'm struggling to get my words out, to being like a full release, because at the moment it's still technically early access. So yeah, that's exciting. And in this version, they've introduced like random storylines and things. So it's good to keep an eye out in this latest news, just to see if any random stories start popping up. So, you know, ignoring all these contract signing ones, there should be other stuff. Oh, there we go. Tamina's officially gone. Whee, finally. She was not being used. So yeah, she's gone. All good. No problem. Main event, Raw, numbers. Summary. New Japan has made a contract renewal offer for Mercedes Moné. Ooh, that might be a permanent deal. I assume it wouldn't be informal. It must be a permanent one, surely. I'm not going to pull the trigger on that now. I would love to have Sasha Banks back, but I'm not in a desperate need, so I'm not going to just do it for the sake of doing it. Let's just get to the end of the week, and then we'll look at the expiries and see what's happening. Let me just have a little drink as well. I've got a dry ass mouth. I've got a can of Prime here, mainly because there was a crate of I think it was a crate of 12 or 16. It was dirt cheap, so I thought, why not? So I've gone ahead and ordered that. It came yesterday, so I've just been sipping on Prime. Because why not? Cody Rhodes accepts the offer. Great. Finalised contract. Killer Cross accepts. Karrion obviously finalised the contract. Joe Gacy, we're yet to see him, but I think we'll see him in the next couple of episodes. Garza Jr. finalised, and Lindsay Dorado. There we go. All finalised. Let's continue. Yeah. I quite like energy drinks. There's zero sugar energy drinks, though. You know, I've got to be good somewhere. I think I probably have I'd say one a day, sometimes two if I'm feeling frisky. There we go. I know it. Exclusive contract with New Japan, worth over 6 figures per month. Will it tell us? No, it won't. It doesn't tell us. No, but she's got creative control and hiring veto. What? That's insane. Okay, so she's never losing in New Japan. But New Japan is such a silly move. No, just me? I don't know. James Drake is the global heavyweight champion, beating Yota Tsuji. That's insane as well. Why not? Why not? What's happening in the mail? Push request. Hey boss, I think I deserve a push. I would like to receive a push by the 20th of June. Sure thing. So a push in this game is pretty straightforward. We just go to live. And then we go to push. So she's currently upper mid card, so she wants to be main event. Sure. There you go. Promise fulfilled. She's now main event, and it's improved my relationship with her. Hey, hold on a second. Does she want a bit of the French Ted? Yeah, I saw someone in our women video mention about AJ Mendez or AJ Lee. We should probably call her AJ Lee. Let's be honest. She's not fit to work. She's a non-wrestler, by the way. She's an announcer. So I figured I'd bring her in. I'm probably not going to use her as much as you guys think I will. I think when I brought in some of these people, a few of you were probably like, oh, this isn't realistic. You know, someone was like, oh, Carmella's got a bad leg. I'm like, I don't care if Carmella's got a bad leg. I love her. So she's coming back. Like, this isn't meant to be realistic. Obviously there'll be a level of realism, but it's not meant to be like, oh no, we can't turn Cody Rhodes heel, spoiler, you know. Yeah, anyways, but yeah, AJ will come in. She's probably going to become an announcer for one of our shows. It might be a show that doesn't exist yet, who knows. But yeah, just chill your beans, guys, calm down, it's all good. I know what I'm doing, and if you don't like it, you can't see it, but I'm shrugging, you know. Anyways, we are at Friday now, finally. I'm really sorry about this. I feel like I should just cut this bit, but why bother? Let's go to event histories and take a look at all the NXTs that we just did. So let's go all the way to the bottom. Here we go. So, Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night, NXT. Anything interesting? Lola Vice gets a win. Nice. Fraxium get the win. Nice. Ariana Grace gets a win. Nice. Ignore the angles. Briggs and Inamura get the win. Lexis King is still Heritage Cup champion. No Quarter Catch Crew get the win. Tyreek Igwe gets a win. JC Jane and Jada Parker get a win. Nice. Mila Schmidt and Vipress defeat Metaphors, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. Of course, Metaphor not a real thing anymore. But, you know, I'm not following the firings and hirings in real life. But Mila Schmidt getting a win is pretty massive. You can tell she's not an NXT hire based on her zoomed out picture. But then this match, Jasper Troy, Hideo Itami and Mike Santana get a nice win here. They've got quite a few of my new signings here. You know, Ozawa getting a loss though, which I don't enjoy. But Hideo Itami and Mike Santana, nice. Ignore the angle. And main event, Big Cass gets the win over Ricky Saints. Go on, Big Cass. I've got big plans for Big Cass. Just you wait. You guys are going to hate it, but I don't care. NXT Evolve. Let's see what's happening here. Angle. Noam Dar. So Metaphor get the win over the D'Angelo family. Igwe gets another win. Man's building momentum. An Angle. Wesley gets the win in a three-way match. And in the main event, Ricky Saints gets a win against Buddy Murphy. Nice. And then our final NXT match, because we've got triple NXT. We've got a big match here where Julia, Carmen Petrovic and Danny Palmer get the win over Jasmine Nix, Sierra Linton and Panina Tualipa. Angle. Stephanie Vaquer defeats Kylie Ray. Tatum Paxi and Gigi Dolan get the win over Mila Schmidt and Thea Hale. Shotzi defeats JC Jane. Interesting. Lola Vice defeats Izzy Dame. Interesting. And then we've got a big match here where Jasper Troy, Hideo Itami, Ethan Page, and Dexter Loomis defeat a pretty good team, to be fair. You know, Francisco Akira, Ricky Saints, Ozawa. We've got Elijah Holyfield. And then in the main event, now that's a meat fest we'd all love to see, isn't it? Obafemi defeats Omos in non-title match action. But yeah, that is everything. We are now at Friday, which means we are at Friday Night SmackDown. And if my memory serves me correctly, we have got the start of the qualifications of the red, white, and blue challenge, if that's what it's called. I can't remember what I called it. Yeah, the red, white, blue battle. Red, white, and blue battle. Yeah, that's what I called it. Again, it's been a while. But yeah, so qualification matches for those begin on this episode. So that's very, very exciting. And I believe... Nope, I'm not going to say anything because I might be wrong. So yeah, let's just leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I think I kind of dragged this out a little bit. I think starting next episode, I'm going to cut the skip between and then we'll just go through the news together. So if there's any like big news, I'll stop and be like, guys, look at this news. Other than that though, the sim between Monday to Friday and Friday to Monday, I'm just going to skip because, yeah. Okay. With that, thank you very much for watching. I love you all. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of that beautiful stuff, you sexy people. And I will see each and every one of you in the next one. Bye.